So just to get started into this video is going to be about Uber Eats and Caviar. For some reason, my phone is really slow with my words, so forgive me if I kind of look off. It just kind of throws me off a little bit. So yeah, getting into that, I was scheduled on Saturday. I believe it's the 28th. So basically the 26th was the last time that I did Uber Eats and Caviar. So I drove out to LA with my boyfriend. We had our bikes, and I was on Uber Eats and a Caviar trip at the same time. But I was trying to do the Uber Eats one at first, and it was just, for some reason, the GPS, they were just kind of taking me in a direction that I didn't want to necessarily go. So I get contact support, and mind you, I don't know like which contact support this is. I was thinking that it was Uber Eats, but in reality it was Caviar asking me if the GPS was resonating with my phone through the app. And of course, you know, I had no problem with the Caviar trip that I was on. The problem was with the Uber Eats one. But I thought that Uber Eats was telling me that basically I could cancel the request without getting any type of acceptance rate slashings or anything like that. So it was a huge misunderstanding. I go to the location that I was supposed to go to for, I think it was Caviar, and Caviar had already canceled my trip because they're a lot more cooler with canceling trips than Uber Eats are, because they do the whole lower on the rating thing. So I go there thinking that, you know, cool, all right, well, I'm gonna go and pick up this thing for Caviar, and in reality the trip was canceled already. And you know, it was just crazy. It was a big misunderstanding, and now I have a 10% I think it was a decrease in my acceptance rate now. So yeah, I was pretty bummed. I was pretty bummed out about that. But I mean, that being said though, it was a pretty good night. So I basically stayed with Caviar and Uber Eats until, well, Uber Eats I kind of canceled after that. Like, I didn't want to do it anymore. I went offline because who wants to deal with the GPS going out of whack while you're trying to do deliveries? How stressful is that? So I just completely logged out of Uber Eats, and I just kind of stuck to Caviar since I was already scheduled. So I was there from roughly around 4 p.m. ish until like maybe 10. So yeah, yeah, that being said, it was a pretty good trip, you know, with Caviar. Uber Eats, But right now it is exactly, what time is it? Okay, so it's 4:37 p.m. And that means it's almost 5, meaning it's kind of getting closer to that 5 o'clock mark, which was usually dinner time. So I'm going to log into Uber Eats and see what the city has to offer me in Long Beach. I mean, you know, I don't see why not. I'm not doing anything. And you know, earlier I mentioned that my boyfriend and I went out to, you know, LA to do that stuff, and he's not my boyfriend anymore, meaning I have more free time on my hands to make money. So not really a loss when you really think about it. So yeah, so that being said, I think that just about wraps up this video. I didn't really want to make it super long just because I'm barely getting into the whole wind of things with these whole videos. So yeah, so video number 2 about same stuff I normally talk about, just kind of like my experience. And you know, actually I have one more thing to tell you guys. It's like kind of a side note thing, but it was when I was in LA, so it's kind of relevant. So my ex and I were crossing the street, and I guess there was a green light that we had just kind of disregarded. I mean, people make mistakes, we're only human, right? So what happened was we crossed the street, and as we were crossing, I believe there were 2 white people in the car. And I guess they started honking as they were trying to drive, because they were trying to get to the freeway, and we were crossing the street on where the freeway was located. So he had stopped the car, and there was a woman in the passenger seat, and she stuck her head out and said, "Did you guys not see the light? You know, was our right of way?" And you know, we apologized, and then the guy in the driver's seat had yelled, "Go back to Mexico," to my ex. So yeah. On a more serious note, racism is very well alive, and it's just, it shocked me. I know there's racism out there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't live under a rock, but just to see blatant discrimination just out there like that in 2018, it kind of blindsided me just a bit. Now, again, like I said, I'm not shocked. Wasn't really per se even surprised, but I was just kind of disappointed to really have a glimpse of racism right here and now, 2018. It's crazy. Like, nowadays people have more gender rights. People are, the transgenders have their own restrooms and everything. So, well, I don't understand why we can't get past the whole racism thing. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But, I guess people are who they are at the end of the day. And I also, yes, that racism never ended. It just kind of died down a little, and more racist people, I guess, like hid because of what's going on now, and how everyone is more accepting now. Maybe they're like kind of scared in a way to like voice their opinion versus as I don't know, a couple decades back it was whatever, it was in. So yeah, I was just it's a little topic kind of off detail and all that stuff, but yeah, but I really had to mention that just because it really upset me, and I let it go, and so did my ex. But it's just, yeah, there's really no need for putting slander on anybody's race, anybody's gender nouns. It's just like all of that is just, it's unnecessary. And there were two grown people in the car just yelling bad things about other races like it was the thing to do. I can't understand that. Two adults were supposed to be mature enough. You know what I mean? I could go on and on about this topic, but I will not. So, because I kind of want to cut the video short. But anyway, yeah, that was just something that I had to get off my chest. Like, love everybody. There's no reason to put other people down, especially for the race or for gender they want to go by. I mean, just can't people just love each other and let hate just kind of dissipate? I should be